I pulled out my wallet, I thought, well, let me see how much money I have. I opened it up, I had a 5, a 1, and change. And at that time, I'll share this with you guys, and Will Smith is my boy, and I sat down at that time with the agency I was with. They said, what do you want to accomplish? I said, I want to accomplish the world. I want the world, and I want Will Smith's career. I want to do it bigger and better. But I still stayed focused, and I still had these, but put in the hard work with my 2 hands. And that's it, and that's what it comes down to with you guys too. One of the keys is, remember where you came from, keep that shit in the front of your mind, and when shit goes bad and it goes sideways, a lot of shit does, this idea and this notion that you could be anything you want, and you can accomplish anything you want, right? We hear that, you've heard that from the time you were little boys, you hear that now. You're already incredibly accomplished. You can win an NBA championship, MVP of the league, you could become president, you could become governor, you could be in entertainment, and it allows me then to be present in the moment and understand, holy shit, the stuff I have around me right now, this is the shit that I dreamed of when I was a kid. I am here, because there goes my opportunity. He went in, switched to defensive tackle, lit the world on fire. But what that did, it crushed me, it crushed my dreams. I had a piss poor senior year, 0 production, no NFL, no combine invite, nothing. Finally went to the CFL, Calgary Stampeders, making $250 a week Canadian. I got cut from Canada. And I always tell that story. So now my production company is $7, advertising agency is $7, everything is $7. So I always remember that. What helps me is to keep the hard times in the front of my mind, because it allows me to go into these big moments that I've worked my ass off, and you guys have worked your ass off. It allows me to go into these big moments with a different perspective. What it also does for me, and again, this is what works for me. I keep my back, excuse my language, my back is up against this every day. But it's up against this, it's what I believe in. And when my back is against this, then there's nowhere to go. But that way, that's it. This could be something, an ideology and mindset that could help you if you look at it that way. And this is how I operate. Doesn't mean you don't smile, doesn't mean you don't laugh and joke, but when it comes to business, and when it comes to executing, it's up against this. And I gotta go that way. And I don't give a fuck who is in front of me. They're not gonna stop me. I feel like for me, it feels seamless because you prepared for so long, but it's just like you guys prepping for a game. The key for me was, where does it start? What's the anchor? I could have all these ambitions and you guys have all these ambitions, which is great. It's important. I'll play this role, you'll play that role. I'll execute this thing and it'll come out this summer, right, when it's time to really put in a lot more work. The key with me is just always finding what the anchor is. Getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day before anybody else and grounding my thought process, no one will outwork me. The anchor for me has always been the work in terms of the weight room training. I was just in the gym putting in the work. At 6 years old, rolling around on the mats. And finally when I could touch weights at 13, that's what I was doing. But the weight part for me and the gym part has to be the anchor. Look, at the end of the day, like again, it's the kind of stuff that I talked about at top is I have to hold on. I can't go back to CFL. The point comes where you hear that voice, big run's over. You're done, right? So I heard that voice. At some point, you gotta be fucking tired of not being number one. You have to be, and you gotta fucking play angry, and I play angry. Now, I'm cool and calm with my approach, and when I step out on my field, we gotta work every fucking day. Doesn't end. My back is up against this thing, you know, and I started to play angry. And you're always gonna have haters, and haters are like, well, God damn, man, how many movies are you gonna make, or how much shit are you gonna do? Like, you do a lot of shit. I say, yes, it's my ambition. Of course, why not? I could do it. I love what I do. And not only that, but in what world do we not work every day? Doesn't mean, it's just like you guys in the off season. I had to commit, like you guys have to commit. Obviously, you commit to something, commit to the goal. So I quietly retired. 2 years later, I thought, what did I do with my career? Because my movies were not doing well. I was written off. It was around 2006, 2007. I was like, God damn. I left, I pulled a Jim Brown. I left when I was on top. The thing that has worked for me is to remember the hard times. And I'm sure you guys all have your processes. And again, I'm gonna tell you what's worked for me. So before a big movie comes out, back in the days when I was wrestling with WWE, a WrestleMania match, anything big that would happen, I would always take a moment and I just remind myself,